Dear student, we are going to discuss our second chapter from part first of mathematics, that is matrices. This chapter is having its basic part in 11th standard. That means in 11th standard we have defined what is matrix. Later on we have discussed types of matrices. In the types of matrices we are having mainly these three important types. First one is identity matrix. It is denoted by capital I, having the element as 1 0 0 1. This is having order 2 by 2. Its next order is 3 by 3, containing 9 elements whose diagonal elements are 1 1. Remaining 6 elements are 0 0. With this identity matrix we are having another important type of matrix, that is null matrix. Null matrix denoted by O, it is having the all element as a 0 0. It can be of any order. Identity matrix is having even number of rows and columns, but null matrix can be considered of the any order. Square and rectangular matrices can be type of this null matrix. After this null matrix we are having another important type, that means upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. If I consider this type of matrix containing 9 elements, where these 3 elements are 0 and remaining 6 element can have any value, any real number, complex number, but these 3 numbers are 0 in this matrix, so we call this matrix as a upper triangular matrix. Upper triangular matrix. And when we have these 3 elements as a 0, some of the remaining 6 elements can be 0, but our target is these 3 positions. If these 3 positions in a matrix having are occupied by 0, then we say this matrix as a lower triangular matrix. So these are important for our 12th syllabus. We are using these 3 types mainly. Along with these 3 we are having another type as a singular and non-singular. Singular matrix. Singular matrix means a matrix whose determinant is equal to 0. If I consider a matrix capital A with the element 2 1 2 1, then if I find the value of determinant of this matrix, so we are having determinant with the new symbol. Determinant can be expanded by its rule, taking the product of first 2 number, that is 2, taking minus in between them, and remaining 2 number gives us the product as a 2. So difference gives us 0. So this matrix is having its determinant as a 0. Then we call this matrix as a singular matrix. And if it is not 0, if the determinant of a matrix is not 0, then we call it as a non-singular matrix. So singular matrix, non-singular matrix. In 11th we have added two matrices, we have subtracted two matrices, and we have taken product of two matrices. For first two, we know that taking addition and subtraction of matrices, one condition is required about their order. They must be of same order. That means same order is compulsory for addition and subtraction of matrices. For third operation, that is product, we know that number of columns of first matrix must be equal to number of rows of second matrix. So when we take A and B matrices in multiplication, then number of columns of matrix A must be equal to number of rows of matrix B. So addition, subtraction and multiplication of matrices we have taken in 11th standard. Now in 12th standard, this chapter is focusing on the fourth operation that we are saying as a last operation, that is division. But this division is not a division, we call it as a inverse. So in 12th standard, the half part of this chapter is related to find division, that is inverse, to find inverse of a matrix. So to take this operation to find the inverse of the matrix, we are requiring operations on the rows and columns. Operations on rows and columns of a matrix. These operations are called as elementary transformations. Operations taken on rows and columns of a matrix are called as a elementary transformations. In 11th standard we have discussed some operations on rows and columns of a determinant. To verify the properties of determinant, we have taken some operations on rows and columns. So in matrices also, we want to take the operations on rows and columns. We call them as a elementary transformation. The permitted elementary transformation which we are requiring to find inverse of a matrix are as follows. To see the elementary transformation required in matrices, we will discuss this example. If I consider this example, we say that 1, 2, 3, these three elements are in first row. Second row is having three elements, that is 4, 5, 6. And in row number 3, we are having three elements, 3, 2, 1. Operations we are seeing on rows and columns. So we can see here element, that is 1, 4, 3, they are in first column, 2, 5, 2 are in second column, 3, 6, 1 are in third column. So in all we are having this 9 element, and these 9 elements are arranged in 3 rows and 3 columns. Now we want to take operations on row. The first operation is of type, we want to interchanging any two rows. For example, in above example, if I interchange row number first and row number second, so this operation shortly represented by this symbol R1 double implies R2, or we call this as R12. The subscript attached at the base of R is the number of rows which we are interchanging among themselves. So this operation changes the given matrix A, and this A is converted into new matrix. We write that A in new form. It is not equal to A. We say it as equivalent to A. So this A, after having this operation, changes into the new form. Here changes of first and second row is there, no change on third row. So write the element of third row as it is. We want to take row number second at the first position, so the element of second row 4, 5, 6 will be at first row, and the element 1, 2, 3 goes to the position of row number second. The operations we have taken on rows, interchange of first and second row. Similarly, we can interchange any two columns. So column first, second, third, first, second, third. So if I want to interchange second and third column, so interchange of these two columns gives us that matrix in new form. We call it as equivalent to A, but it is not A. So change of second and third, first column will be as it is. So 1, 4, 3 will be as it is. Column number 3 will be at second position, and second will be at first position. So in general, if ith row and jth row are interchanged among themselves, then the operation is denoted by Ri interchanges into Rj, Rj to Ri, or simply we can say Rij. Here also, if ith column and jth column are interchanged, then we say operation as Cij. The second type of operation which is permitted on the matrices is like this. If I consider a matrix A with element 2, 5, -3, 1. So row number first, row number second, column number first, column number second. Here we want to multiply by some number to each element of any row. If I consider row number first, so the 5 times of row number first is the operation. So this multiple is to the row number 5, 1. So this operation changes the row number first. So this operation is represented like this. R1 changes into new form, 5 times of R1. So the matrix A is transformed into new matrix whose second row will be same, and in first row we are multiplying each element of first row by 5. So this will be 5 times of 2 and 5 times of 5. So the resultant answer will be 10, 25, -3, 1. Similarly, this operation means multiplying by a constant number to each element of any row can be considered for column also. So if I consider column number second, so column number second is changing, and if I take multiple as a -3 to each element of second column. So multiple is rather than 0, but it can be positive, negative. So minus 3 is a multiple to column number second. So new matrix or matrix A is transformed into new structure. First column is constant, same, and in second column the element 5 and 3, 5 and 1 is multiplying by minus 3. So minus 3 times of 5, minus 3 into 1. So this will become the second column as minus 15 minus 3. So in general, we can change any row. That means if I change ith row, and any number, non-zero number, can be multiplied with each element of ith row. If I consider for column, any column number, that is if I consider jth column, so jth column can be changed in new structure, constant number k with same jth column. So these operations are under the heading of second category. We can multiply each element of any row or column by a constant number. Now third type of operations which are allowed on the rows and columns of the matrix as well as on the determinant. This is a row number first, second and third, column first, second, third. As we have discussed in operations type second, we want to take a number 3 and each element of row number, if I consider third, row number third is multiplied by a constant number 3 and it is added, the product will be added to the corresponding element of any other row. It can be added to row number second, it can be added to row number first. So if I want to add this product to the corresponding element of row number second, so this will be the structure of operation, and this addition is on the row number second. So row number second is changing. So row number second is changed by this structure R2 plus thrice of R3. So by this A matrix is transformed into new structure. Change is on second row. That's why row number first and row number third, row number first and row number third will be as it is. Third element 5, 4, minus 1 will be as it is. Now this operation can be used as a formula and put the value of corresponding element of R2 and R3 to get the final output of the element of row number second. So if I consider element of R2 in A, this is the pair for this operation. R3 is having element 5 and corresponding element at the same position of this R2 is 0. So in place of R2, if I consider this value as a 0 plus 3 times of the element of R3, for 0 corresponding element is 5, for 0 corresponding element of R3 is 5, so this is 5. So what we have in the last? 15 plus 0, that is 15. So this is the element of row number second. In same formula, next pair can be used. So in place of R2, we are having 1 plus 3 times of R3. R3 is having its value as a 4 for the correspondence with this 1. So this gives us the value as a 12 plus 1, that is 13. last pair for this R2 and R3, element of R2 is 2 plus 3 times of element of R3, corresponding element of R3 is minus 1. So this product is minus 3 plus 2, so answer is minus 1. So we have got a new matrix from A, it is equivalent to A, first and last row is same, but the second row is having total different values. This operation we have taken on rows, that means we are using row number 3 to change row number 2. We can take any of these row for multiplication and it can be added to any other row for changing that row. This operation can be taken on column also. So we are having 3 columns, select any one of the 3. If I consider last column, I want to change last column of this A. So start once again by C3, take plus, it is compulsory. The number can be positive as well as negative. If I consider that number as a minus 2, this addition becomes a subtraction, but for purpose of the representation we are writing C3 plus minus 2 into select any one of the remaining 2 columns. We are changing column 3, so we can use column number first and column number second. If I consider column number first, so this operation is like this, multiplying minus 2 to each element of C1, multiplying each element of C1 by minus 2 and adding them to the corresponding element of C3. So multiplying 1 with minus 2, add them with 3, multiply 0 with minus 2, add them with 2, multiply 5 with minus 2, add them with minus 1. So this A is transformed into the new matrix. Now we have started arrow from C3. This means that first and second column of A will be as it is. So 105, 214 will be as it is. Column number 3 by this structure can be evaluated. So use the value of this C3. First pair is in between 1 and 3. The element of C3 is 3 plus minus 2 as it is as a multiple, and corresponding element for this 3 in column number first is 1. So 3 plus this minus 2, so the resultant answer is 1. So this column starts with the element 1. Now next pair in both these columns gives us the element as element of C3. Element of C3 is 2 plus minus 2 by this structure, and element of C1. For this 2, C1 is having corresponding element as a 0. So this product is 0 and the answer is 2. And last pair in between minus 1 and 5 with this minus 2 multiple. So element of C3 is minus 1 plus minus 2 into element of C1. Element of C1 for minus 1, corresponding element in C1 is 5. So the C1 is replaced by, this C1 is replaced by 5. So the resultant answer is minus 10, minus 1, minus 11. So this element, last element is minus 11. So we have taken as an example column number 3. So column number 3 of this A is changed we can change column number 2, column number first, as well as row number first, row number third. So these are the operations on rows and columns which are allowed for the matrices and which are very important to find inverse of a matrix. So this complete the basic part. Now let us discuss some examples. On page number 39, I think it is 2.1, not written, but it is 2.1. In 2.1, heading of the question is like this: apply the given elementary transformation on each of the following matrices. Question is, apply given elementary transformation on each of the following matrices. First example, matrix A is given with the element 1 0 minus 1 3, and it is asked to use this operation. Now it is very easy. You can see we are interchanging row number first and row number second. So the answer will be, by this operation, by R1 double implies R2, A is converted into new matrix. Second row takes the position of first row, so minus 1 3 will be in the first row and 1 0 in second row. So this is the first example. In second example, matrix B is given with the element 1 minus 1 3 2 5 4, and it is asked to use the operation, that is R1 implies R1 minus R2. Actually this operation is like this: R1 plus minus 1 with this R2, but the resultant of plus with minus 1 is minus. So this is nothing but R1 minus R2, or for the representation we can write this as R1 plus minus 1 into R2. So what we are requiring, we want to change row number first and subtract row number second from row number first. So the matrix B is converted or transformed into new matrix. Row number second will be as it is. We want to subtract these two. Subtract 2 from 1. So this subtraction is like this: 1 minus 2. So resultant answer is minus 1. Next pair, 5 is subtracted from minus 1. So minus 1 minus 5. This gives us minus 6. 4 is subtracted from 3, gives us the resultant answer as a minus 1. Third example is very simple. A is given with new value 5 4 1 3, and here also it is asked to use this operation. You know that this operation is giving the interchange of first and second column. So first column and second column are to be interchanged. So first column will be 4 3 second column will be 5 1. This is the answer. In with this A, we are having another matrix as 3 1 4 5. This is the matrix B, and on B we want to take this operation R1 double implies R2. So the B matrix is transformed into new matrix R1 R2 double implication gives us the value in new matrix as like this. So A and B, which are not equal matrices, but these two operations on columns of A and on rows of B, the resultant answer we can say 4 5 4 5 3 1 3 1. So these coming matrices are equal. These two matrices are of the same order and having same element at the equal position. So that's why we can say these two matrices are equal. So they are equal. After operations, after elementary operations on A and B, the resultant answers of this operation gives us the equal matrices. In fourth example, it is given A with 6 element 1 2 minus 1 0 1 3, and it is asked to use this operation twice of C2. Means you want to multiply column number second by 2. So this is changing column second. So we can write this operation like this. C2 implies twice of C2. So this A is transformed into new matrix. No change on first column. No change on first column. Double the element of second. So this gives us twice of 2 is 4. Twice of 1 is 2. No change on third column. So this is the new matrix transformed from A. We are having another matrix, that is B. Here also it is rectangular matrix containing the first row as 1 0 2, second row as 2 4 5, and the operation is given as a minus thrice of 1. So this operation is nothing but the operation is on the first row, and we are multiplying each element of first row by minus 3. So B is transformed into new matrix. Now change is on first row, no change on the element of second row. So write the element of second row as it is. Minus 3 into each element of the first row gives us the answer as minus 3 into 1 minus 3, minus 3 into 0 0, minus 3 into 2 minus 6. In question 4, it is asked to find the addition of new matrices. Now if I consider the matrix A, whose coming matrix is having the value as 1 4 minus 1, 1 4 minus 1. In second row 0 2 3, 0 2 3, we want to add this matrix with the new matrix transformed from matrix P by the operation minus 3 times of R1. The answer of this matrix is minus 3 0 minus 6 2 4 5. As we know that addition requires the same order, so this is the matrix of order 2 by 3 2 by 3. So addition is the addition of corresponding element of these two matrices. So add these two matrices. So actually addition is on the corresponding element 1 plus minus 3, so this gives us minus 2. 4 plus 0, 4, minus 1 plus minus 6, minus 7. Now on second row, addition of the corresponding position will give us the answer as 0 plus 2, 2, 2 plus 4, that is 6, 3 plus 5, 8. So it is asked to get the sum, that is addition of the new matrices. The answer is like this. Now see the question number 5. In this case, matrix A is given with 9 elements, 1 minus 1 3, 2 1 0, 3 3 1, and it is asked to use two operations. Take first operation is thrice of R3 and then C3 plus twice of C2. So we want to use first operation, that is 3 times of R3. So actually we want to change row number 3 into new. So A is transformed into new matrix. Row number 3 is changing. First and second row will be as it is. What is the change on third row? We want to multiply each element of row 3 by 3. So 3 times of this 3 will be 9. 3 times of 3 will be 9. 3 times of 1 will be 3. Later on, we want to use another operations on this matrix. So operation is on third column. So we can start arrow from third column. So C3 plus twice of C2. So this matrix is having the operation on column number third, using column number second, multiplying each element of second by 2 and adding with the corresponding element of third column. So this operation is not having any change on first and second column. So first column will be as it is, second column will be as it is. Operation by its formula is having this structure. So element of C3, or simply we can say multiply this element by 2. So this will be twice of minus 1 plus corresponding element of C3 is 3. So this calculation is 1. Multiply this element by 2 and add it with 0. So product will give us 2 plus 0, that is 2. Multiply this element by 2. So this will be 18. Add with 3. So this is 21. So this is the answer of question 5. This is the question 7. Use suitable operation on the matrix containing the element 1, 2, 3, 4 to convert it into an upper triangular matrix. So upper triangular matrix is a matrix where element below the diagonal, in 4 element, the number of element below the diagonal is 1. So this must be 0. So that is the case. The element below the diagonal means element 3 is to be converted into the element 0, so that we can say that the matrix is upper triangular matrix. So using suitable operation, we want to use row operations. So this given matrix, if I consider it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the targeting position where we want to get 0. So this lies in second row, and we want to use first row. So this 3 will be 0 when there is minus 3 after that 3. So this can be done. This can be done. We are having this 3 in R2 plus minus 3 times of R1. R1 is having element 1. Multiply this number by 3 and subtract the answer from row number second. So this position becomes 0. So operation is on second row and we want to use this operation minus 3 times of the first row added to the second row. So the matrix is having change on second row, first row will be as it is. So what we are saying, first row के एलिमेंट को 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, so this element becomes minus 3 when multiplied with minus 3, so minus 3 plus 3, so this position becomes 0. This 2 with minus 3 becomes minus 6 and the element of second row is 4. So this subtraction gives us minus 2. So we can say this is a matrix whose diagonal elements, element below the diagonal is 0. That's why we call this matrix as a upper triangular matrix. Eighth example is like this. Convert matrix containing the element 1, minus 1, 2, 3 into identity matrix by suitable row transformation.